After I tipped over, I couldn't stop falling. It was as if I never landed. I'm decelerated, blended through a thick stream of mystery. And then suddenly, I'm falling again. I proceed forward. It was terrifying. You get used to it after so long. Yesterday, I was among everyone else. We partied, we drank, we hurried through the night as we would never be young again. We wouldn't be. June, one of my friends, grabbed my shoulder, sat me by on the couch. I'm afraid of losing you, she laughed, marking on my way. I like to disappear. Fading away just as the party climaxes, breathing in hot fumes. She'd be the first of our flock to marry. We joked, we danced, and then the party blew out a final breath. The fire started in the third story. I don't know how. Maybe I never will, but late after midnight, late after the peak, I had passed out in a stranger's bed in some faraway dimension. I slept heavily. The screams I dismissed, the crying I ignored. But I did wake up for a second, only a second, to feel my skin liquefying around my ribs. Butter on a stick. I inhaled the fumes of my melting flesh. My screams sounded nothing short of a bloody gurgle before I fell. I tipped over the edge. There had been a fire, licking the entirety of the room where I had slept. An oil explosion. I am dead. I was born on November 11th, 1922. It was a Sunday. I died on September 8th, 1943. It was a Wednesday. I'm June Sampson. I was somebody's daughter, somebody else's best friend. Maybe I was someone's love, but I'd never know. My bones are here in this portal of a hotel, a gateway to something of a wonder, a gateway that I discovered was locked. I'm dead, and I've never been so cold. I'm not alone. There was nothing more comforting than making friends here. I used to be such a social butterfly, a chatty Cathy, they would say. But after the fire, I've retreated. I've isolated myself far from any living creature. Even the moths of this building avoid me. My bones have grown dusty. But still, I reside here. I've walked these halls regularly, and every few hours these people change. Their faces age, their ways develop, and their language evolves. I wish I could be among them. I wish I could change and grow. I want it so much, it angers me. Sally is one of us. I must admit she startled me at first. Her frilly chambermaid uniform and those beady black eyes. I couldn't even tell if she had a mouth. Everything that made her human seemed to have been blown away by those gunshots. Her jaw hung loosely and in the corners, almost like a gaping expression. She's more than her death. She's alive. In fact, she's so alive that her blood still runs warm. Sally is now my friend. She comes from somewhere deep, an older time, 1876. Tonight, she told me about a dream she had once before her husband Henry cut her ties. She had set herself free, summoned her hope, and cast a spell. She begged Amphitrite to set her free. A tsunami would break through this place and carry her far, transcend her into a real heaven, the real afterlife she deserved. Sally spoke to me like a mother reading her daughter a nursery rhyme. I admire this woman. She's hopelessly certain, insecure, yet so self-assured. Sally's been here almost as long as this hotel has been standing. Practically every colored woman of her time worked as a chambermaid. Only Sally was lucky, though, because she'd been considered one of their family. She would befriend Mary Menger and look after their children. The night of her murder, she ran into the hotel, ending with her dying in the lap of Mary Menger. The widowed woman would go on to pay for all her funeral costs. If you die here, you stay here. It becomes your new life. our afterlife. I like to keep myself hidden. I prefer going unnoticed, but sometimes I have no choice but to think about the fire. And then I'm burning all over again. Tonight, a girl at the lobby lit a match, lighting her cigarette. I hated the sight. I'm sorry, it just rubbed me the wrong way. She dropped her match, lit her skirt on fire. It was ablaze in seconds. Screaming, she dropped to the floor, rolling around like a fool. I'm ashamed of myself. I'm tired of staying unknown. Nobody has found my bones, and I have no way of knowing how long it's been. When I look at myself, I see a blur, a smudge, a person, and then a forgotten face. I'm starting to have terrible dreams. I'm starting to think this hotel is worse than hell. Satan asks me to breathe while my lungs are on fire. He saved a nice spot for me in his kingdom of disaster. I can't tell when I'm dreaming and when I'm awake. My soul does not sleep. I'll wreak chaos and havoc at any moment. Just because I'm tired of being ignored, anytime I see one kindle a flame, light their torches, impend a light of a fire, I'll be the charm of bad luck and misfortune. I find relief in pain. But relief can't last forever. Why am I so spiteful? Before the fire, I was hanging by a thread. I was working in service of a factory reception job. The desk I sat at once belonged to a man. Pearl Harbor was bombed, and we women took it as a sign. Once in our lives, we felt needed. We mattered. We were bigger than we knew. We felt like our actions could really improve the lives of our soldiers. After some time here, I've come to find out all of my friends that night escaped the fire. They left me to die. Maybe they couldn't find me. Maybe they only thought of survival. Maybe I never really did matter. The thread I hung by snapped. You would think after death, all your problems vanish as if dead people live perfectly polished. Today, someone left a calendar out on the lobby sofa. September 8th, 1973. It's been 40 years. I'm soaking in anger. It's much easier to be angry than to be terrified. I lay down against the weight of time. Everything is changing around me, and I'm left here like the decaying corpse of a doll forgotten by a child, now an adult. It's been 40 years. I thought it's only been 4 days. I'm left to stride in the rejection of years. I would be 66 years old now. But instead, I'm a spout of nothing. I'm envious of nature. It should be cradling my life. It should be mine. My bones are still here, and I'm still falling, and I'm being tossed around in this slow warp of time. I've done the best possible. I've held my clutch tightly on the spinning wheel, but while others go, I stay. They live in a state of action, while I live in stillness. I dream while the rest of the hotel sleeps. I dreamt the tears that fell from my face would raise the Texas waters with the invested power of the ocean gods. I woke from this dream. My time has come. New hotel maid has found my bones. Is it true it's been 50 years? She cries, hot, lively drops. The cascade rises. I am seen. I am known. The floodgates have opened. Oh, sea, swallow me whole, drink me up and make me joined. She found my bones. And when she found my bones, I could feel her touch in great detail, the deepest sensation I've felt out of everything. She's been hallowed suddenly. She's uncovered a 50-year-old case. My case. She discovered my remains. The tides come. I'm swept under waves. I watch it revolt through the windows, toss life aside. Gloriously, I'm swept into waves of relief.